Well, in light of how things have been transpiring this past week in terms of the news here, there is some positive news I can say. Brazil put the hammer down, legally speaking, against one of their former presidents, Jair Bolsonaro, and that dude is going to spend the next 27 years locked up. Good, good. That's what he needs, you know? A man of that caliber, and particularly the way how he is politically, deserves it. Especially he was trying to copy and mimic, the orange buffoon that's here, the same way how he did it the first time when he was, in charge and he lost. And we all know what happened with that. Oh, and another thing. The only reason why I've been very quiet in the last couple of days in terms about what happened this past Wednesday with that individual, well, there's two things. One, my opinions about that dude was already solidified already to the point ever since I first got to know him or knew who he was nearly a decade ago. Therefore, I really didn't care of what happened. And two, I'm not gonna celebrate how it occurred. I'm not gonna gallivant or go kiki on that. You know, it's not really my opinion as much to say about that. Everyone else has a right to say, but I just been very limited with it because I already had my opinions already about him, and that's it. You found my secondary account, but not bad. The picture I post is my first account. Yeah, it's not a problem. Don't worry about it. But you're more welcome to subscribe to that one as well. So basically, you could do both. So it's really, it's entirely up to you. The secondary account that I have with my YouTube page, I did that a year ago, but on the basis of having like an archive of videos of myself. Like I think you really know how I convey myself and speak. So I just prefer to have like another page where I could make a plethora of videos, a compilation videos of how I do TikToks and whatever. And that's pretty much it.
Excuse me? I just called the cops on you. Because it should be illegal to be this beautiful.
Alright, go back and watch that because for a minute there, I thought that was something serious. But oh my god, that is so wholesome. It is.
The United States of America is on the road to something very significant. And
Go back and watch that. Now, what could be the reason why people are not having kids these days? Could it be? I don't know. I'm not an economist or anything. Could it be that things are very, 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 very fucking expensive? Especially to have kids? That could be one of the reasons. But yeah, things are very, 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 very expensive. Yeah.
What if Napoleon Bonaparte wasn't leading armies, but leading TikTok trends?
That would not make any sense whatsoever. Because he hasn't been around for nearly 224 years at this point. But I can agree that, he lives on per se when it comes to memes. And I've seen that a lot on here and all over social media. But whereas to the ambiance and let alone the intellectual prowess of how he was as a commander and such, most people are not really gonna delve into that because most people, when they talk about history, some of them are dumb as shit merely because they don't want to delve into the facts about that when it comes to any specific individual throughout history, let alone with him. But that being said, I'm not gonna really harp on anybody with that. But I think in this time that we all currently living in, I figured to, in some way, teach people about history in the best of my ability for them to get the gist and for them to understand how a specific person or a prominent individual like Napoleon lived. And I don't have an issue with that, you know, because with me, like, I dive in straight in deep with the hard facts and the truths about any specific individuals that lived before me. Yeah. Hi, Bandy. Hi, Papa. Who's my big baby? Huh? My fat boy. Hi, Chuka Chuka Chica. You're a good dog, you know? 8 fucking years, Bandy, you know? I love you. 8 years, you know? You know, we're the best of friends. More like brothers. My big baby, you know? Well, recently, he was diagnosed with lymphoma. Well, I'm guessing it's like mass around his body, pretty much like little balls that's situated and was attached to his body, basically. And thankfully, it's not serious, so that's a good thing. But other than that, like, he's been taking the medication for it to mitigate that, and it's been okay. It's just that he's not himself, and that's what really bothers me. And now, let me be really clear. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. Like, I'm aware what lymphoma is, but I don't know the rigmaroles of it. I was made aware of it when we took him to the vet, but thankfully it's not serious, like I said. But I feel bad for my dog. You know, it's just giving me bad fucking flashbacks to my first dog, in which he passed from kidney failure, and I saw him pass in front of me, and that's just one of those shit that can never let go out of your mind. Really, I'm not disparaging my dog and my other dog, but it's one of those things that you can never forget, really. And in which I can say with this, like, and I told this to a friend, like, him and my little dog, like most of you guys have seen with my videos, they mean a lot to me, and when they go, I don't know, I don't think I can really cope with that. I don't know.